Hello, students. We are hitting the end of the year. It's been a year kind of like no other. I'd like to talk with you about what we'll be doing the last week of school and for a final assignment. So if you go to our school page and you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a link for the final assignment. So let me talk with you a little bit about what this assignment entails. The point of this is for you to find an article of interest regarding any aspect of human behavior. Normally, we have a little bit more time for this assignment, and so I normally have people do a full-scale presentation, and these have been really interesting over the years, but I'm sort of modifying it a little bit because of the time period that we have involved left in class, which is just next week, and then finals period. So your first step is to find a research article of some kind. You can use any of these links, and I'll just show you an example from Biopsychology Newslink. You can do a search. Just make sure that if you do a search in the search bar that you write research study, because that's what we're looking for, is a research study. So I just happened to click on Biopsychology Newslink, and you can't see the whole page here, but there are several articles that are featured at the beginning, and then there are actually 19 different categories of biopsychology, if that's something you're interested in. I just happened to notice as I looked at this, is this study right here using MDMA in PTSD. And so you click on the article if you use this particular site, and you make sure that the article is describing a research study of some type. So we have 90 people participating in the study. They talk about how the study is done and what the results were. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, is some kind of research study. It needs to, like I said, both describe a research study, and it does need to be at least 2 pages long. So here's what I'd like you to do. Describe 5 main points of the article in sentences. Oh, it looks like I need to add an E here. I'll do that right now. And then methodology. Talk about what type of research was. Was it descriptive? Was it correlational? Was it experimental? What is the relevance of this research? So you might have included some of that up in your 5 main points, but I want you to just kind of, work it out a little bit more and think about, who's going to benefit from this research? How can it be applied? So in psychology, fundamentally, we have research and applied. So the research part obviously is going to help people who work with people to apply what's learned in research to empower the lives of people in a positive way. This is something I just want you to think about, because psychology, for the most part, has been through the lens of Western individualistic cultures and perspectives. So do you believe in the particular research study that you're looking at? Were there gender issues, cross-cultural issues, age, or socioeconomic, or even religious differences addressed? If not, should they have been? So just think about the different lived experiences of people and if the research took that into account. So personal discussion or connection. Write about your questions, anything interesting you learned, issues that the reading made you think of, such as connections with your life, current events, etc. And then a mnemonic device or cartoon to help you remember the research topic of the study. Finally, I want you to do a personal reflection on AP Psychology. Of all the units that we studied, and I listed the 9 units here, which one did you find most interesting and why? Some people really, really love to learn about the brain and the nervous system and how that works and how it really applies to everything in their lives. Some people really enjoy learning about memory and cognition and the way that we think and the way that we remember. So I'd like you to reflect on that. That is helpful for me, by the way, just to see what has made an impact on you and why it's made an impact on you. What is one factoid or one thing, if someone asks you, what is one thing you remember a year from now about something you learned in this class, what do you think it might be? What's that one thing? And then this is not so much about AP Psych, but real life, because I am really interested as a teacher and as someone who teaches psychology is, what do you think would be one valuable lesson or just something that you think that the adults in your life, parents and teachers in particular, um, might like to know um, about what it was like to be your age during a pandemic. I can tell you that as a teacher, it was really challenging. This has been a challenging season. Um, and I didn't get to know you the way that I would have liked to. And that's probably one of the most difficult things for me to think about because I do teach because I love working with students. And then I'm going to have you just prepare a one slide summarizing what your article was about, include the title of it, 4 bullet points and a picture, and then throughout the last finals day, and then maybe even the last day of class or a couple last days of class, we'll actually start presenting these one slide so we can see a variety of research that's out there. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can let me know, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.